Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Keith David about Unplugging, which is going to be available in theaters April 22nd, and then it's going to be on VOD on the 29th. Welcome to the show, sir. Well, welcome back to the show. We spoke before, but it's good to see you again.
Well, it's nice to be seen and not viewed, my friend.
Absolutely. Last time you came on, we talked about a horror film. We're talking about a comedy now. For you, is it all storytelling, or does the mindset change a little bit with the genres?
It's all comes under the realm of good storytelling. Sometimes the story is funny, sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's dark, sometimes it's, just fun.
What I really love about this film, though, is the fact that it's a rom-com. It's got your laugh out loud moments, which is amazing. But there's a little bit of a serious undertone in this film of the importance of family and a lot of self-reflections. Do you notice that when you're reading the script for a film like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like double-edged swords where it could be funny, but it's also, it could be, whether it's a political twist or a serious sort of life lesson twist. And, underneath this, we all need to pay attention to our relationship to family.
Yeah.
How much attention we pay to family, because, at the end of the day, even the family that we create ourselves, our family of friends, it's important to have a base of people whom you care about.
Yeah.
And who care about you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a nice support system where, they can be themselves and do what they do and know that you got their back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What was it like kind of playing the voice of reason, like wisdom character in a film like this? Because they're always around, right? Even in sitcoms and everything, there's always that character who's kind of just thrown in and has to give advice and be the guidance, even if they didn't ask for it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of nice because it lends balance and credibility to the story. Mm-hmm. And in life, sometimes we get those life lessons, that little piece of advice from the least likely of sources.
Yeah.
You'd think it would come from your priest or your shrink, the principal. And sometimes it comes with the guy sitting next to you in the bus.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One of the things I love about the film is obviously the nature, kind of outdoors, escaping for the weekend component. Is that an aspect of the film that you enjoyed as well? The kind of nature component as well, the film.
Yeah, it's always nice to have something where you can get back to remind us that after being inside for 2 years that there is a great outdoors. And that we can enjoy it. It's there to be enjoyed. Yep. Nature provides us with all kinds of wonderful gifts, and one of which is to be in it. And if nothing else, hear the birds, listen, smell the fresh air.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if you live in the city, it doesn't matter where in the city you live. It's always nice when you get up in the mountains. It's a different quality of air.
It is, absolutely. No, it is. You have worked, like we said at the beginning, it's all storytelling. You worked on so many different stories. Is there the mindset changes a little bit, maybe, with the script and the role you're playing, but is there something is there one that you pick one over the other in terms of comedy, drama, horror, thriller, or do you just love working at all
story.
of it? Yeah.
Good story.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the genre or, what bent it takes.
Well, there is a lot of genre bending happening right now, and I think that's great. I don't think you need genres as much anymore, is basically, I think, what you're trying to say as well.
Well, sometimes it's fun to categorize and compartmentalize.
Yeah.
But the bottommost line is it a good story?
Yep.
You know, I mean, there are some good stories about subjects I'm not particularly interested in.
Yeah.
You know, however, you can get sort of wrapped up in the story.
Yeah. No, very true.
If it's a good story. I mean, it's like I didn't know that I could be that interested in so and so, because, you know, I was never that engaged. But sometimes, you know, there's something within the story that grips you and engages you, and that's what I look for.
Yeah.
Is, you know, is it enhancing my sense of humor? Does it further my humanity? Does it you know, pique any other, you know, qualities in my being that is worth exploring?
No, absolutely. I find it interesting as well because of social media and, you know, the digital age, and the movie kind of alludes to this, hence they need a break because they're so invested in it all the time and it's not going away. There's a lot of projects out there that you have worked on that are always going to be around and always resurface because of social media and memes and GIFs and YouTube and everything. And you worked on a lot of them. And it's funny because, you know, when I interviewed last time, we posted on our social media, some people in the comments were like, Keith David, I love his work. Goliath from Gargoyles, right? So you're going to get that. Is it a cool, refreshing thing to see that a lot of projects you have worked on are continued to be loved year after year because of the no shelf life component of it?
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, some things are in vogue at the moment. Yeah. Fashionable. And there are other things that are timeless that, you know, you can tell this story anytime, anywhere, and it's still resonant. I love those things.
Yeah. Especially, I'm not on like TikTok that much, but there's always the resurfacing of like old clips, throwbacks and everything, and cartoons, right? I'm a 90s kid, so like all the cartoons and everything.
Yeah.
Like they're not going anywhere. Before we wrap up very quickly, when they get a chance to see this film, Keith, what are you hoping they get out of it takeaway wise, unplugging?
You know, pay attention to how much attention you're paying to social media when it's out of balance. You know, enough is enough and too much is too much.
Yeah.
Are you ignoring your relationships because you're always in your phone? Yeah. I mean, are you on the verge of getting hit by a car because you can't keep your eye off of your phone?
It's bad. Like I sometimes I'm to blame too. Like it's bad. Like we're on our phones a lot.
I mean, you know, I mean, and we depend on our phones a lot. Yeah. I mean, but you know, it shouldn't be at the expense of your own safety. No, certainly, in or anyone else's.
No, absolutely. No, that's such a good point. Keith, thank you so much for your time. It was great to catch up with you, and thank you for coming back on the show.
Well, I appreciate you, Petey.
Absolutely. This has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative. Previous episodes, look up for Keith David and Unplugging. Available April 22nd in theaters and then on VOD on the 29th. Until next time, it's Keith and Petey Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.